Hello, give me just a minute here. I'm sorry. Sorry, a lot of noise in the kitchen, so do apologize. Sorry. Okay, yeah. Anybody wants to join, let me know. I'll see you in a minute. So can't put it out there. So anyway, let me know. No specific topic, by the way. So I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, Deb, I see you invited them to hang out, so just check it. Hey, let me let you out the box. Okay, there you go. You're out of the box.
I'm out of the box. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Anybody all of a sudden scream? There's been a wall flying around in here, so if I scream all of a sudden, that's why it could be. So,
You need bigger spiders.
ha 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 ha. There's pretty big ones here. So more spiders too. Is it hot there today?
Oh yeah, it was pretty good today.
Man,
Not
it's miserable here today.
not quite 100 or anything, but it was uncomfortable out there.
I'd say it was pretty damn close to here. So I couldn't even go outside till like the sun was going down here a couple hours ago. So it was about 4 or 5 o'clock. You had to mute, I guess. Anyway, mm, so I hope everybody didn't have to burn up like I did today. So anyway, they must be having technical problems.
Yeah, it was. My refrigerator fell apart.
Did
I hit
what?
it on mute time so you didn't hear it explode. I knocked
Oh
the
shit!
shelf refrigerator. Everything fell
Oh
down.
shit! Oh shit!
It's typical for my day.
That shit.
You get used to it after a while.
Oh yeah. Well, y'all.
Boy, boy, have I had some crazy neighbor things going on lately. Um,
Oh man.
well, to start off, one neighbor was held at knife point and raped by
Oh shit.
her niece's boyfriend of 2 weeks that she met down here in Ocean City somewhere.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Well, he's arrested in jail.
Damn.
That's done. But the poor girl's going through hell.
That's crazy.
And you know, a guy cannot give any comfort to a girl that's been raped. It's just not going to work.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, my other crazy neighbor, he has a flop house over there, and he's been renting out. That was where the one guy died, overdosed or whatever.
Yeah.
There was another overdose over there. I don't know, a couple months ago. So the people
Yeah.
that own the house and renting the house to him are kicking him out and selling the house. So
Yeah.
he's buying the place across the street, so he's going to be my new neighbor.
Uh-huh. Whoa.
Yeah, that's going to be freaking different around here. But, this is what it is. I can't control that. But I don't think he's going to be responsible enough to have a house. I don't see him holding that house up together. I mean, the other house is falling apart worse than the one he's got.
Mm.
I don't see him being able to put any money into it. He looks broke to me. I mean, he's a month-to-month guy. I've seen the electric be turned off over there. So
Yeah.
he's got 3 large dogs, and they bite. Bitten several people and dogs around the area.
Hey.
I saw animal control down there, and I didn't know what was happening that day. I thought they put down one of the dogs, but apparently not.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry you're having to deal with this oppressive heat.
I know, man. It sucks.
We got to
Huh?
get you a window unit.
I need one bad. Hell, by the time I get it, summer will be over. So, you know.
My friend had a very old window air conditioner. He was going to throw it away. There's nothing wrong with it. He
Yeah.
just turned it off and turned it back on too fast, and it couldn't, the compressor couldn't start, and he just assumed it was bad. So I cleaned it up for him, and it ran great.
Some of the best ones I've had have been really old ones. So yeah.
Yeah, as long as they don't leak the Freon and you keep the filter clean.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that the water splashing noise is, there's something wrong with it. It's normal. That water splashes coil and cools it. But yeah, my friends actually tilted it down so the water would drain out and bent the thing down even further so it wouldn't hold any water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still worked. That's did what it had to do. As long as it's removing moisture, that's what a lot of people don't get.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's getting that moisture out.
Yeah. I forgot to say hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Send out some link to some people, so we may have company later. So we'll see.
Sounds cool.
I ain't been on much today, so I've just made a post about. I better not say the word; they might get me. Starts with an M, ends with an O.
Yeah, don't say the Mo word.
Yeah, don't say that word. I typed it in a YouTube chat yesterday, and my internet on my computer went off. Just
God,
my internet went off on my computer, and then got back on. So,
they can't have you typing that word out there.
oh no, they can't. And tell them how evil they are. That's what it was. What the comment was about. So yeah.
Situation is pretty fragile. There's a lot of anti-MO word, whatever stuff out there. And it's prevalent. I mean, they're having this hell of a time, with the cancer scare in California. Or scare, re-education, I guess I should call it. What was poison? It was cancer. Oh, now it's not. And now it is. And, well, now it's not. These people that these low-salt diets, and they're killing themselves because they're not giving their body enough salt.
Yeah.
It's that and all this gluten stuff. I mean, they just keep pushing. People do feel better when they get off gluten, but gluten that was making them sick. It was the glyphosate.
Yeah, glyphosate.
I think the G word's still safe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, nothing happened, so I'll just say it. Monsanto.
No, you said it.
No. Yes, I just made a post about the Monsanto Syngenta. Novartis, AstraZeneca, BASF, Kim China, DuPont. I say DuPont. But yeah, I just made a post about that. I've been looking at that stuff. How do them writings on my drawings, and it leads to this thing here. Well, that's where this came from. And I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and look. There's the constellation also, so. And
that's nasty stuff, man.
Yeah, it is.
And just the way that they're going about it is just even worse.
It is.
It's made it into society right now, and nobody knows about it. I mean, perfect job, well done.
Yeah. Dumb down society.
And then, you know, I can't say it's making them any smarter by keeping them sick.
I don't know. They'll give them the money to get well. Uh, so and you know, in that research I'm doing today, there's some kind of cancer drug this one company did, and uh, of course we know there's natural cures for cancer, right? But this drug has really, really, really bad side effects, like most of them, like all of them do, I would should say. So, but they approved it anyway, of course, make that money off of it. So,
You know, I saw, I think it was on mainstream news. I couldn't believe it. They were actually talking about a cancer cure, some kind of electric wave. I don't remember exactly what they said, but they said that it actually targeted the cancer cell and confused
that's
the cancer cell.
yeah, that's the Royal Rifle technology. You've ever heard of that?
Well, a long time ago, Tesla had found something, and he refused to patent it because he wanted it to be for everybody, you know, some kind of
Mm,
electrical healing.
yeah.
And I can only imagine that it's right down that same line, you know.
Mm,
Of course, now this machine's probably going to cost billions of dollars, you know, in research. You'll have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to use it. Oh, I know where they're going. It ain't going to be cheap.
mm,
It ain't going to.
oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
And when's the last time
They got to make that money.
cure, you know?
Hmm? When was the last time? What?
They came up with a cheap cure.
Oh, you're hilarious. Excuse me.
Here's how to cure you free. You don't even have to go to the doctor.
Yeah, you know, like you said, people had people had the proper diet and didn't eat this fucking uh, GMO food. You know,
But
we wouldn't have all this cancer.
it's not only the GMO stuff, though. I mean, you've got to look at all
Oh yeah, I know.
sodium,
I know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah,
all other
the diet is
chemicals.
important. Yeah.
You know, oh, well, this chemical by itself tested in rats is fine, you know, but when you chemically combine it
Combine it with this one. Yeah.
with
Right.
whatever citric acid you're drinking, you know, now it's something else. And, you know, it's entirely, yes, it's going to be costly to you, you know. And, of course, it's always legal, you know. Suicide's not,
Mhm.
but, you know, they'll sure as hell give you everything you need to
I
know.
don't know. Some places it's legal. The medical, you got to do it through the medical thing, though.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, you got to get Kevorkian channels to get that.
Right. Jalil's uploading videos, so have fun, Jalil.
Whatever happened to the Kevorkian guy? Did he die?
I
Jail?
don't know. I don't. I haven't looked at that in a long time.
I really.
Never. That would be interesting to look up and see.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead end rabbit holes I have yet to uncover. Or open ended rabbit holes, should I say. There's a lot of dead end. Oh, I swear, YouTube is screwing me over lately with these recommended videos. Used to be able
It
to
is everybody.
through them and get good stuff, you know. And now they're showing me almost all repeats. They've erased. They used to keep 3 months of what I've watched and didn't ever show me, you know, for 3 months. I think it's down to a month now. It's getting.
Oh, Kevorkian's dead, by the way. He died in 2011.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, I had a feeling he had passed. But so Dr. Death is dead.
yeah, he died 6 years ago. There are any more like him out there. So,
Well, I mean, I don't even see why these people really need to be assisted in suicide. I mean, it's kind of easy.
Well, you know, they got to make the money off of you somehow there.
Yeah, well, that's
You
true.
know,
All
that's
the
what,
lawyers and the
yeah,
lawyers and everything got to get their bucks in.
yeah, of course.
I mean, I think even a large bubble inside your vein would go to your heart and stop it. I don't know if that's a
I
fallacy.
mean, there's fucking the list of highways to die is endless, you know. Uh, so, I mean, you could go
Oh,
outside and get hit by you could say I could go walk outside and get hit in the head by a fucking bird or something. You know, off the wall stuff. I mean, anything really could happen. You know, that don't make me scared to step out my door though. You know, 'cause even though that has about happened, though, like got hit in the head by a bird, a hummingbird too, and you see their damn beaks. You know how sharp they are, pointy.
well, you might be stung by a wasp inside, so.
Well, there's one flying around in here still somewhere. So maybe he's behind my Bob Marley poster.
Oh, man. I finally got my Chinese scooter running again, and then it broke. And I got it running again,
That's
broke. And then I got
oh,
it again.
damn.
And when I fixed it, it would only do just under 40 miles an hour. It was driving me crazy. So
Yeah,
before I was doing about 45, 47, you know, if I tuck and with the wind,
yeah.
getting any power. So I switched back some old parts and got the power back.
Cool.
But it's really going against what they're telling me on the internet.
Of course.
Like, make sure your rollers are round. Well, these are flat and light, and they work great with it, so I'm putting them back in.
Whatever works best. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it does for now. You know, I really wish it still had more RPM. I don't know why it's so low. When I first got the bike, it was high, and that doesn't make sense because if I should be getting less, I mean, higher and higher RPM. But still slightly
Yeah.
lower, so I don't know. It could be just lack of maintenance on the engine or something. I haven't pulled the
Could
plug.
be. Yeah.
I mean, it's almost 10,000 kilometers. I haven't even pulled the plug on it yet. But anyway, Chinese, you know, if you don't have to buy Chinese, do not.
Right. Exactly.
It's just, you know, that's the biggest sinkhole, you know. Granted, parts for me are very cheap right now, but I can just see the day coming that that's not going to be the case.
Yeah. Hit the wrong click. I'll see. I totally forgot about this one. I seen this earlier too. Feds say Florida FPL, that's their energy company, Florida Power and Light, can store nuclear waste below Miami's drinking water because it's not likely to leak. So, uh,
Of course.
coming from a nuclear plant that already is leaking, okay, mind you, Turkey Point. So,
Come on, nuclear plants don't leak. They don't explode.
oh, oh no, they don't catch fire either like this one did.
No,
Did it?
that's fire.
Did
They're perfectly
it was
safe.
just an electrical fire. It's okay.
Just a little fire.
But anyway, I mean, that's crazy. You know, store nuclear waste underneath your fucking water supply.
I think it's a great idea.
Really?
That's what,
They apparently do. Think it's a great idea.
you know, they should store it under my house. That way I don't have to worry about it and I know where it is. You know?
And you'll have some more mutated daisies.
Right, and I won't have to pay any more heating bills. I should get plenty of ground heat out of that.
There you go. Yeah.
What the fuck? Somebody's not happy. Oh, I tell you what, I'm so glad I live alone. I don't have to put up with anybody else.
Said it was the team. She liked my painting there. She says hi.
Is that Debbie?
No, it's Dud.
Who?
Dud.
Who's Doug?
Dud.
Who is that?
He's right there.
That's me.
Oh!
You remember him?
No, I don't.
She's.
Oh, God, you scared me.
I was on when you were painting her.
What?
I think I was on there when she was painting her plane. What's with the
That was
spiral?
what?
What's with your spiral painting in the
I
background?
haven't finished it yet. I just started on that today. I painted it all black last night and let it dry.
Smells
fully-
Skittles. You smell it?
No, I haven't smelled the cat.
Smells like Aussie.
He had a bath.
No.
He smells good. Yes, he does. He smells good. Thank
You're
you.
the kid with the noise.
No, I am not done with it yet. But anyway, I'll probably work on it later tonight when it's cooler. It's so hot, I stopped doing it. So
My neighbors planted some sunflowers over there again this year, and they're over 12 feet tall. I've got to get me some seeds this year.
oh yeah, definitely. I remember when I was a kid, that's Daddy would plant them in the garden, and they'd get that high. So
They're freaking huge.
Mm.
I'm jealous. My tomatoes are popping, but no, I'm not getting any tomatoes. I've got 3 potato plants living, and all my cilantro died, went to seed, and has now started springing back to life. I've all the seeds are. I put them back in the same pot, so I get to hopefully get some fresh cilantro before the year's out again. Boy,
that would be nice.
I'm going to have a lot of cilantro. I don't know if they're all going to live because they're all bunched up next to each other.
Mm. Oh,
I just wish I could have some kind of automatic watering system.
oh yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. I don't trust water. I don't like having water on when I leave.
I know,
It just
yeah.
explodes.
Yeah, especially I don't like leaving the washing machine on when I leave. It's torn up anyway, so when it fills up, you got to go in there and hand wash them. And then
9 times out of 10, when the
Thanks.
washers go out, it's not, they don't fail with a leak. But the hoses now, mind you,
yes, that's happened.
that's usually where the fail happens. And that doesn't have to be on. You can turn your
Yes, I know.
power off and all of a sudden,
Yes, that has happened with that one actually. Yeah, and it wasn't even running. The pipe, the hose. I mean, but it's one of them energy efficient ones. So
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, it's the hoses. Like they say you're supposed to change them every few years. I think it was like 6 or 9 years, something like that.
yeah.
But I can't remember. I've done all this maintenance on the house in the first 10 years. I had no problem keeping up with everything I did, and I kind of had like a ritual, when I was doing it. I've totally gotten behind on it. I've barely drained my water heater lately. At least I'm not getting that funky sulfur smell I was getting before.
Right.
But I think that was that dipstick deteriorating where that sulfur smell's coming from.
Mm.
I guess.
Mm.
I don't know. There's some kind of stick in there that deteriorates. Instead of it attacking the tank, it attacks the stick.
Yeah.
And with the high iron in this water, I don't know, something makes a sulfur smell around here. And, water tanks.
Excuse me.
You drain them every once in a while, just a few gallons out of it. It seems to minimize that smell.
Yeah.
And, but if you don't drain them ever, don't just start doing it now because it's not going to turn off.
Mm.
All that gunk builds up in the little doohickey that's opening and closing the valve.
Yeah.
And seal, and you'll have a leak. Which my mother's having right now, a leak in her basement. They can't
Oh,
figure out where
man.
it's coming.
Damn,
Yeah.
that sucks.
You know. Now, it doesn't suck. It's just the common sense of trying to find a leak for an adult male that's 80 years old is trying to tell them common sense over the phone just doesn't make sense, you know. I
Yeah,
told him,
yeah.
or called the air conditioning guy, make sure it was the air conditioner that was leaking. He didn't,
Yeah,
or he just thought it was the air conditioning because that's where the water was. And the
yeah,
other guy says it's the water heater. So,
yeah.
and he doesn't.
Well, that happened to my mom. Yeah, a year or so ago. Yeah.
Well, the thing is he doesn't believe the air conditioner guy, so he stuck a cup under the water heater like it's gonna. Yeah, he stuck the cup at the exact spot where the water heater's dripping. Nice job. Yeah, I don't think so. We're gonna continue to drip on the floor somewhere else other than where he's got that cup. I see it coming because I know he probably stuck a cup under the high pressure valve thing. Now, granted, my mom does her hot water. She cranks that hot water heater as high as it can go.
Damn.
In fact, that's the only reason she'll go down in the basement if she doesn't have hot water. She likes her hot ass. She does. She sterilizes her clothes that way.
That's the way my mom is. Yeah.
He melted my jeans one time. Not melted them, but I mean shrunk them to hell.
Oh my God.
I don't wash my clothes in. She shrinks everything she gets a hold of because I never use hot water on my clothes.
I'll never forget one time. This is a long time ago before I had kids. We had kids. I had a red sweater. Okay. Guess what happened to it? It got bleached. And hot water and shrunk. It got, the red took out of it and shrunk. It was pink. Everything in the wash was pink too. Because he used bleach with a red sweater in the wash.
I had a shirt that got bleached.
I love that sweater.
Accidentally got bleach on it. And so I said, hell with it. And I just stuck it in the washer, poured a bunch of bleach on it, let it rock. It came out the coolest color. It absolutely coolest color. But it was like that microfiber or something. And it got very thin very fast. But man, that color came out so cool. It was like a burgundy, reddish. Nobody else had a shirt like it. I loved it, you know. But,
I remember, making tie-dye shirts in the bathtub when I was a kid, and we dyed the bathtub. We got in trouble.
Yeah. Mama not going to like that.
No, Mama didn't like it.
I keep wondering how you're going to finish that spiral out.
I don't know. That's what I've been thinking about, sitting here looking at him. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I mean, it almost looks like it's done. There's like,
it does. It does. It's still missing something. Still don't know what.
I noticed Grim's still trying to battle the flat tards.
I've seen that, yeah.
Oh, you can't beat a flat tard.
Nah. And you don't want to join them.
You can't fix stupid.
No.
You fix stupid.
Southern Cross, the Southern, and my observations of the stars and stuff, I've watched them my whole life, but here in the last, say, 3 to 4 months, and the changing positions of the constellations and stuff like that. I mean, my God, that should be proof enough for anybody, But it's not. They'll sit there and argue with you till they're fucking blue in the face, and you're blue in the face, and about ready to pull your fucking hair out, like, why can't you understand? You must have to put your phone in the freezer again, didn't you?
Flat power. Flat power.
Fuck. Crazy. Mm. But anyway, I don't look at none of that stuff. Well, I watched his video. It was a really good video he did there. So I haven't really looked at much else. So, but that I posted. So, and what I talked about in my video I done yesterday, and all the links I put below it. So, anyway.
I'm gonna walk outside. I might have to mute you while trucks go by.
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
I'll water my flowers.
Water your flowers?
And tomatoes and potatoes and cilantro. More than anything, that cilantro needs the water.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, this.
What am I gonna do with that?
I have a dragonfly that I saw the other day, and I do not remember him having a white tail.
Shit.
And,
It had a white tail?
Yeah, and now there's two of them with white tails.
I ain't never seen a one with a white tail around here.
Yeah, you know, because it looks like the same kind of white fungusy stuff that was growing on the
Oh shit. On the cicada?
on the no, on the cicada that I found.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
So that's kind of creeping me out. I don't know. Maybe that's, you know.
Speaking of, I saw some over at the pond today. They're humongous. They're like this long.
Jesus.
Yeah. They're like, well, yeah, like that. I'm like, damn, these fuckers is huge.
Hey, you know, I just thought about it. I could actually try to show you my cilantro. I'm finish watering in here.
Ooh.
Of course, now I've knocked it all over. Let's see, camera. There we go. Let me know if you see that.
I can't see nothing. Oh, I see it now. I see it now, yeah.
Almost the entire pot's full.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a fun harvest for me.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
With 4 plants, I mean, that's probably, what, 4 or 5 dozen? And there's more seeds where that came from.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking forward to it. I love cilantro, and I've never been able to harvest any myself, so.
I love okra, but I could never get it to grow good here in my yard.
Well, apparently the ladies tell me that it's got to get a full day's sun. It's got to.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get the full day's sun, it'll turn to seed. Apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, you know, the rules, but I heard a bunch of funky things about cilantro seeds. Oh, if you get them off the plant, you got to put them in your blender and chop them up a bit so you scar them. So that's bullshit, man. Just knock them off the plant, back into the pot, and you know, let them grow.
Right.
I don't know where that's the story. I mean, who the hell was putting that crap out? Somebody selling cilantro?
I know.
That's the only thing I got.
Probably.
You know, a cilantro grower.
Yeah, fuck it up. You have to buy more for me. Yeah, that's.
Put the seeds in a blender. I'm gonna have to look for that again. I need to find that piece of disinformation.
My God.
I mean, if you notice, when you do find that disinformation, everybody's just, you know, you just go through the entire list of their crap. You know?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of it out there.
Yeah. I tell you, if you find somebody that, you know, when you find those disinfo people, flat earth is a big red flag for me, and it makes it easy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, hey, he's a flat earther. Bye-bye, you know. Definitely not going to bother listening to your crap. So, I mean, in that line of sight, it does kind of make it easier, but, you know, then you get the guys that aren't flat earthers.
Right.
Yeah, I'm guessing that is normal with the white tails on these guys. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never seen one with a white tail around here. Let me look it up. I'll see if it is normal.
They're just black, gray, and white. Big old googly eyes. I'm waiting to see. Where did he land? I don't know where they went. There's two of them flying.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Let me see. Hang on. Yeah. Uh,
Oh, shit.
I've never seen one here, but it's yeah. It says it's common. I've never seen one here though. So
Well, I mean, you know what's just really odd? That the one I saw yesterday was completely black and just had the same black markings. It didn't seem to have any of that white stuff. Completely covered with the white
let's
crap
see.
all over its tail. It looked like it was spreading onto the wings like it did onto that dead cicada that I saw. Yeah, me coming in the door, not me falling down.
Oh, and they eat mosquitoes.
Aha! I love it.
Yeah. Here, I'll put the link in the chat box there for you.
Good, they can hang around here.
You can look at it later there. So,
They're healthy. You know, I haven't
okay.
a
What?
bunch of my praying mantises, but I have not seen any of my adults. I have not seen any adults.
Now, I do see them around here.
Yeah, I saw one in Dayton when I was in Maryland, the little baby one, and I saw a little baby one here about a week ago. They sprayed glyphosate, so, you know, maybe that's why they're...
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't look like the wind was going the wrong way this time. I mean, all my grass seems to be quite normalized
Good.
around.
Good.
But
And Jaleel, I'll have to disagree on that. More than 75% of love songs are stalker vibe. Some of them are, but you know, I wouldn't say 75%. So
5% of what?
love songs.
Ah.
Anyways.
I'm trying to understand that. A stalker vibe? I'm not quite sure I know what a stalker vibe is.
Oh, someone that's stalking like that one. I'll be watching you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That
Yeah,
has dual meanings. That has dual meanings, though. So,
yeah. Yeah, well, back to my neighbor that got raped at knife point. Like I said, she's living with her niece, and that was the boyfriend. You
oh
know,
man,
yeah, wow, what a situation in that house, you know? She's got a live-in boyfriend that she's lived with now for, that I know of, 8 years. Um, and every time I say, you know, call her married to it, she gets upset. I'm not married. Okay, all right. Common law says you are, but okay, you say so. But anyway, you know, just the situation between the niece and her. I mean, the niece is like bummed out. I mean, she's lost her boyfriend, you know, and her, you know, mother, sister, whatever. I hate relationships, Kathy. Yeah. God, I mean, what a messed up situation.
oh, it sounds like it.
And then to have a crazy neighbor like that, you know, on top of it. You know, that
Exactly, yeah.
guy that's moving over there is their neighbor, and he's moving into a house that's a glyphosate field away from me, on the other side. So, I mean, at least I'm going to have that huge space between him and the dogs, and supposedly he's going to put a fence up or something. So, well,
That's good.
I hope it, you know, I don't know. I hope this doesn't turn out to be a freaking mess. I really don't see him staying there for long. I mean, like I said, the place is falling apart. He's going to have to put a huge amount of money into it. I mean, there's a tree pushing down the chimney. The chimney's cracked. The shingles need to be replaced. The siding's off the house. And these are asbestos shingles that are falling off too. It's not like,
Oh God.
yeah. Well, I have asbestos shingles myself. It's not a bad thing. They're just old and fragile. You know, the older they get, the more fragile they get. But they're good. They look good. They're fire retardant. And, you know, the guy was, when I was trying to get my insurance quote for the insurance on this house, and he was trying to find the some extra add-on for the asbestos shingles. I said, you know, it's not an add-on. If anything, it should be a percentage off. You know, Christ, my house is not going to burn from the outside. You know, not easily anyway.
Right.
I keep myself pretty firewall protected. You know, aside from an oil truck ramming into my house and exploding. No, I'm just saying. I mean, there's a lot of oil trucks and propane trucks driving up and down the street continuously. In fact, I'm staring at a propane tank right now of my neighbors. I got rid of mine. I've seen what those things do when they explode. I said, okay, that thing's got to go. It's bad enough having the little cylinders of it. Not that I'm expecting them to explode or anything, but, you know, it's just that mishap could happen. You went blanky on me. So weird. I see a different picture on my phone than I do on the YouTube. I don't know if you're just down to a scratch or I'm down to a scratch, but I can barely hear you if you're trying to say something. Try logging out and come back in.
Okay. That was weird. Where did he go? Okay, I hope you can hear me. He said he was having trouble hearing. So, anyway, come on back if you can there. So, okay, there you are. It's usually me, so I have to do that every so often. Have to reload because my sound goes.
So you logged off and then came back on? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, because it kicked me out.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Not supposed to do that.
Well,
Huh. Really weird.
That's not fair. Got a double kicker?
Oh,
So
yeah,
did that stop the YouTube or? I guess not.
No. You got 3 minutes to get back. So,
oh, that's cool.
and it only takes like 5 seconds to do that or less. So
Yeah, well,
usually sometimes it takes longer. But
like my mom will be talking to me on the phone and her phone will die and like her battery dead died.
Yeah.
And she'll just keep talking on the phone and keep talking. And then she'll call me back, you know, an hour later. She says, oh, yeah, how much of that conversation? I said, Mom, you went dead about 1 o'clock. She said, I talked to myself for an hour.
oh my God.
Yeah, she has the power of continuing a conversation, whether she hears a response or not.
Damn.
Go on, you know. Her hearing is
Shit.
going, so she probably thinks I did respond and she just didn't hear it. She's kind of getting to that phase, and that's why she has to control the conversation.
Mm.
And you know, it makes it very hard to have a conversation with her. But yeah, we'll figure. Take my
I think
phone.
everybody went outside. I done went outside earlier today. I was outside for about an hour or so.
not too bad out there right now. I've got an ocean breeze.
Oh, that would be so nice.
Well, it's not really from the ocean. You know, it's filtered to the ocean, but it's still, it kind of makes it here. I'm about 7 miles out, you know, as the crow flies.
Yeah. I'm like couple of 100 miles.
Yeah, you got a mountain range in the way.
Like that. That's it.
Like I was saying, you're closer to go to the Mississippi.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. How close are you to South Carolina?
It takes like not even 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get there. 3 the most. Depends on traffic. So something like that, about 3 hours or so.
That's not too bad. How about Virginia going north?
On the Parkway, it's actually quicker. So it's probably less than, I don't know, it's probably about the same. Because I'm like in between, in the middle of the state, kind of, and you know what I mean. So it's probably about the same, give or take a little bit there. But you go on the Parkway, and it's like, if there's not a lot of traffic, that is, there's usually not that much. You know, people usually pulled off at the little pull-off thingies, looking out at the overviews and stuff. So,
well, you probably don't go too much into South Carolina or Virginia anyway, do you?
No, I ain't got a car right now, but it's.
No, I mean when you did.
No.
Yeah,
you know, summertime it's really busy there on the Parkway. Well, busy times on the Parkways like in the fall, in the spring. You know, the leaves changing, and then in the spring when everything's blooming. So, we do get people who come in the wintertime sometimes. You know, to see the frozen waterfalls and stuff. So, anyways.
Yeah, well, you know, that's why I like these smaller states where I live. You know, it only takes me 45 minutes to 20 minutes to go from state to state.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Well, I mean, you say it's nice, but, you know, it looks as a state line. There's nothing there different except for something that says it's a state line. It doesn't look different from one place to the other. But, I mean, it sure makes it seem like you're driving a lot faster.
Yeah.
I like seeing states roll by. I mean, like driving straight through, like, Georgia from top to bottom. God. Or, you know, your state from left to right. Jesus.
I know. That's a long drive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just, you know, across Maryland, you know, the long way is you know, Route 70 is a long-ass haul. Of course, they got to curve it up into Pennsylvania and have you go around all these mountainous. I don't know who the hell made Route 70 out there, but I don't know what they were thinking.
They must have been drunk or something.
Well, it seemed like they just had to go through this one town area. You know, they couldn't go around this mountain range. They had to go, you know, and around it instead of around the other way. It just, when you're driving up on it, it just looks like you could, you know, go off to the left through a field, go around the mountain, and, you know, just come back. And that's kind of what it looks like after you've gone through that whole thing and come back and you look at it from the other side. It looks like you could do the exact same thing. It was like some farmer didn't want to give up his field. You know, nope, you go through the pit.
Well, I don't blame him. I wouldn't give my land up either. So.
Well, that's a lot of power when you know, keep the highway system out of there. You know. I don't know. You know, I don't know. Maybe there was some other problem or, you know, some other reason they did that. But it just seemed like they were just trying to make sure that you had to drive through this town.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of curvy roads around here, and they were old wagon roads. And when they paved them, they just, you know, they didn't bother to straighten them. They just paved them. So, lots of curvy roads.
Yeah, that's what I miss.
Going up mountains.
Yeah, that's what I miss about the country. It's all we have here in Delaware is a straight road. Yeah, it might bend a little bit, you know, but
yeah.
It's pretty much a straight road.
Hmm.
Surprised that there haven't been more races off the street light out here. Because I mean, there's straight run on both sides.
There are straightaways, and back when my mom was younger, they used to do that, the drag racing for their pink slips or whatever back then.
Yeah.
So my uncle used to do it. So he was a mechanic too, so he knew how to soup it up really good. So.
Yeah, well, I'd never be stupid enough to race for pink slips. I never had anything fast enough to do that. Everybody thought I had a Dodge Dart with a slant 6. It was a 318 with Valiant. Had air conditioning. Long as I had the air conditioning off, she was pretty powerful. But I got an older one, a 68, and it only had a slant 6 in it. It absolutely did not move. It was a boat. It was a bigger car and a smaller engine.
Yeah.
And my last ride in it, I was trying to get to 55 miles an hour, and I could only reach about 45, 47-ish. And that was, I missed that car. She was a good old girl. The liner, the hood liner of the cab liner on the top fell off, and I replaced it with I used a blanket at first for insulation, and then I took a tie-dye, looked like clouds, and the interior of the car was blue, and it looked like clouds between dark and light, and it looked gorgeous by the time I was done. And I just took the metal straps, painted them black, and stuck them back up on the top. It looked great.
Cool.
Those tabs were supposed to be sewn in on the inside. I was about to go through all that, but it did. It looked great, man. I thought it looked good. I recovered the seats in jean material.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, at his heyday, she was a sharp-looking dart. I kind of restored it my way, but my sister talked me into donating it, and then come tax time, she said, "Oh, well, you can't write it off." She just wanted me to get rid of it. She didn't want me to have the dart. It was saving me a fortune having that dart because I didn't have to, car payments and all this other stuff. God, and then you tack in how much they charge you now for a new car with insurance. Jesus, I'd hate to see what they charge me. Here I know I ranted about insurance rates, but I just turned 50, and I would have assumed they would have turned my rates down a little bit, backed them up. $40.
Jamer's asking, what is a long ass, please? No, that's a big ass. That long ass, it's a America thing, I guess. Like say, yeah, what it means, big ass. It's really big. Yeah, he answered himself. You can see it. So the heat's got to me today, too. But hello, y'all. Hi. Sorry.
Conditioning unit, girl.
He had a middle picture. Oh God. I'll say y'all. So.
A long ass is when you got no ass like me, and it goes from your back right under your neck all the way down to your leg. Yeah, that's a long ass. That's what I got. You got
long
no
ass.
ass,
Is the same as
no,
big
no
ass.
bump. It just looks like
Instead of big ass, it's long ass. So,
yeah.
Yeah, it's just saying it's really big and really,
Damn, I need another cigar.
Oh, sounds like it. I left mine in my mom's car the other day, so.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm only having one lid at a time. Usually I'm firing up 2 or 3 of them while I'm chatting with you. But usually I don't get to chat with you much. Usually Foxy's in here taking up all the conversation.
I know it's 1 a.m. there, so she's probably not on right now. Time zone different. Well, it's the same time where Ginger is, and David's at 6 hours. And they're in there in the chat. Hi guys. And hey, Plasma Cat. Meow. So we have Plasma Cat, Mysterious Labyrinth, Jamer Funk, and Jilules, and Billy Bates was in there, and that's everybody that was in the chat there. So hello.
So Plasma Cat's not Fire Cat?
I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I don't know.
Look at the icon. That definitely doesn't look like the same cat. That's not the same cat.
Long ass, man. Long ass. It's like I said. It's the same as big ass. Like said, something's really big. Big. It's just words that we've used. I really don't, like you said. It's just something that it's you pick up from other people, and you say it, and you're like, I don't even know why I'm saying that, so that type of thing, I guess. Plasma Cat says, I'm a smart ass. Oh, yes, we call them boats. Yes, thanks, Gas. So, we have gas masks in there. Hello. Yeah. So, man, I was thinking earlier to jump in the pond, but there's like mud turtles and stuff in there. So,
Well, they'll be all right. I don't think you would taste too good to them.
I don't know. I don't want them biting me. So
I'd be more worried about the mosquitoes and the leeches.
yeah, that's true. I don't know if there's leeches there. I've actually never. I was in that pond. I don't even think I've ever swim in that pond, actually, because I can't really swim. I can swim, but not. It's really deep, so I've never. I don't think I've ever swum in that pond. Well, I think we got out on it in a little boat when I was a kid. So, oh, cool. David's celebrating his birthday, which is Sunday. Well, happy early birthday, David. Awesome.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had leeches on me except for in a dream. Maybe I should say nightmare.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
Well, I just remember plucking them off me. It was like, yeah, get off me, type thing. It wasn't like, it doesn't come off, type thing.
You're right.
I think I did have a leech on me, after going in Triadelphia Lake.
Huh.
At the time. But, I mean, again, it was just like knocked it off me, like, get off me, No free blood here.
No. Hey, James. Hello. I mean, hi. Sorry. Habit. Hell is low, isn't it?
Hi folks, how you doing?
I'm good now that the sun went down. So.
Yeah, I had to come in, mate, after that long ass joke. That's funny. Yeah, I think you said it really good, actually. Yeah, Dad. It's a no ass.
No ass.
It's a long thing, no ass. It's like it's like if you have a big ass, that can stretch to the floor, but if you take off the width, I suppose that's a long ass. It always makes me laugh when I hear you guys talking, and you always put ass on the end of everything.
Oh my
I
God.
have to try and get a picture in my head about what you're talking about.
Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, it's amazing how language changes from place
It
to
is.
place.
Yeah,
You know,
it is. Yeah,
here
and
we
the
speak the same
spellings.
damn language, and it's just so different, so bloody
Yeah,
different.
It is.
yeah, it is.
It is. It's
Pretty
different.
funny, actually.
Yeah, I mean, living in the South, you know, it's a lot different than we're up here.
I mean, it's like that even if you don't know the people and you live in the same area. I mean, you might know a few things,
Right.
but
Oh, yeah.
you know, unless you're part of that group, you know, every little group's got their own
Yes.
little idiosyncratic
It's
communication.
it's got to, yes, it's got to do with their ethnic background. You know, I've noticed because mine is like Scottish, Irish, German, Germanic, whatever. But a lot of the Scottish people I've heard on here, you know, like you said, I hear familiar words that they say that wouldn't be familiar to other people. That you know what I mean? That don't have that similar background.
Right,
So,
right, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Who's
Come on
plasma cat? Is
down,
that
y'all.
Fire Cat?
I suspect it is.
Respect it is. Flat ass, she says. Yeah, that's us lot on the internet, you know, sitting down looking at the bloody flat screen too much. That's why all those dickheads think the earth is flat, because they're looking at their fucking monitors.
Oh shit!
Oh, the earth is flat!
I mean, man, like I said, man.
They live in square
If
boxes,
ever-
they look at square tubes all day long.
What's that?
You know, they
And then if they got
square
out,
boxes, they probably do think the earth's flat.
yeah, I mean, if they'd get out and look at the fucking stars and watch the constellations over a period of a couple of months, you know, hell, a fucking week, and you could tell.
Well, they're not real
Which way
stars.
the
They're not
earth
real stars,
spins.
Becca. They're not real stars.
Oh, the fake stars. That's
Just,
right. I
The
forgot.
government's just, they haven't changed the light bulbs in that. They're just burnt out filaments in the night sky. That's what it is.
It's a glass sky after all.
That's it.
What the fuck is that about?
That's it.
That's ridiculous. Shit. That is ridiculous.
It's a big telly screen up there.
We live in a bubble. A flat bubble, according to.
It's a big tit.
Don't even.
Did I just
Okay.
take us beyond G-rated and
Yeah, I just about said something X-rated. So
should we pre-record
Thank you.
this so we can censor it?
no. I can self-censor just fine.
Oh, my light is packed up now.
I know mine. That hurt me. You need a refillable.
I got one. I keep repairing them, but they're a load of shit. Do you know what? You
Yeah, I
cannot
gotta
buy
see.
a decent lighter these days.
I know, yeah.
You can't, because those Zippo ones are a piece of shit anyway. They leak petrol in your pocket. So that's not very nice, is it? You know,
Made in the
You start burning
USA.
your leg because you got your lighter in your pocket and it's all leaked outside.
I know, yeah.
Or either that,
It's
or
like-
you don't put enough in it and then it goes dry and it won't work anyway.
That's happened to me a couple of times. I didn't want to overfill it, like you said, and it was only probably like this much full, and like half a day it was gone.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
I
was
know.
in
they're-
town too. I'm like, fuck.
And then
So-
you get the big ones, and then once you replace the flint twice, that's it. The roller's
Mhm.
fucked. So you got to go and buy a new lighter anyway, or
Yeah.
the thing gasses up, or it just gets loads of burnt shit on the top of the outlet, so that the gas doesn't come out properly. So sometimes you click the flicker and it goes out, and sometimes it don't. Pieces of shit.
Well, I've been a BIC user from way back.
I
I'm
think
telling
you
you
use
that.
that. That's funny, man. It sounds like you've got the bug, you know.
Well, yeah, I shouldn't say that quite, loudly, I guess. But anyway, when I buy them in the multi-pack, and they absolutely have almost zero freaking gas in them, man. They're like
They made them smaller
Probably-
a couple of years ago over here. They
yeah,
made the whole
they-
body of it actually
well,
smaller. It's like what a.
Well, they have big cases that they've been fitting into. I don't know, that they shrunk them on our end, but I know one thing: they're definitely not putting as much gas in it. That's for sure. I mean, they made the little small Bics. Yeah, I have seen those, but
you want to get some of these blooming French onions I've been eating? They got enough gas in them, right? God.
yeah, I think I'm going to get a refillable butane again. I was having somewhat luck. I had one with an electric strike that worked fairly well for me for a while.
You'd have to go and unplug one of those cows they blocked up.
Me. Oh, David, I sent that link on your David Black account. It won't let me pull up Mysterious when I send you anything. So, sorry. Yeah.
I'm glad you got all these sub-names and surnames and who's.
Hey,
what?
did you see? Did anyone see that Ken O'Keefe video that he's uploaded?
No.
No, I don't watch.
Mate, that was good. That was. He's got his girlfriend in there doing a painting, Becca. I thought you'd really like that. Really fucking
I hadn't watched.
wicked
I haven't.
paintings you done.
I haven't watched much but history stuff and music in the past few days. So I've been working on some stuff. So.
Yeah, I'll go and get it because it's really cool.
Ooh.
What have I done with it?
So anybody found any good awakening videos lately?
Well, what does an awakening mean?
Well, just something that you could have somebody that's not awakened that has been taking the blue pill for their entire time, just like, holy shit.
Well,
We know that's
totally flip-flop.
Like I've said,
just-
that's a gradual process. Not everybody's gonna wake up at the same time. So.
Well, I know, but that, occasionally you'll find those great videos that would just snap the head of somebody that's been on the blue pill.
check this out then.
Mm.
I'm going to screen share a sec, Becca, if that's all right.
Thank you.
I'll play you this.
Like just how beautiful she is, how talented she is, because I know that while I would generate some very positive attention for her, there are a lot of people out there who like what I do, who will love her music when you hear it, and you will hear it, I'm sure.
Hang on.
Hard. You would love it. To be able to, I am now going.
Oh, here we go. Can you see that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Can you hear it?
I heard it, yeah.
Can you hear that
Oh
through
wow. That's cool.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I posted a video and no one watched it. It's a really good video. The whole thing is really good.
Oh wow.
Watch this. And she made the music as well. I don't know if my computer's going to crash doing this. Should be alright.
That was really cool. I wish
Well, check, finish
come
it.
over here and paint my wall.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing it now on my TV. How long did it take her to do that?
I don't know.
How long did it take her to do that?
I'd say a while. I would say.
Go for it, Becky. Go bigger. That's cool as shit. I don't even know where you guys are actually at. Is that you blipping around in the background?
Hey, thanks, baby. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm watching it on YouTube. You guys are in sync with me.
She must be using acrylics, Becca, isn't she?
I don't know. She might be.
She painted the head a different colour before, and now she just painted it blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wish me freaking 6 gone.
It's good though, yeah.
That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, she I don't know if there's another painting. I think she does another track at the end of that video that he's put up on his channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought he liked it, that's why I put it up
Yeah.
there. Screen share it.
Cool. Awesome.
I'm sorry, I thought it was you there for a minute. You know, I kept thinking of My Pet Goat the entire time. I don't know why.
Pet goat? What the?
I don't know where that came from.
Anybody?
Why?
Let me say. Anybody wants to join? Let me know. I'll send the link to you. So I can't put it in YouTube. So anyway, sorry. Okay.
I don't know if it was the
My Pet Goat.
I don't know if it was the
Probably
sound.
the symbolism.
I don't
Probably
know if it was the
symbolism,
symbolism or the sound or the I don't know what it was. Something just kept screaming to me, "My pet goat."
My Pet Goat. Oh shit.
That is one little creepy film, I'll tell you.
Well, what's that about, Doug?
My Pet Goat. Well, it's got Obama in it. It's got Bush in it. Some little girl with a rolling apple, and then it goes into this Jesus on a boat, and then this grandma having a period, and then I don't know. It's this really funky ass film.
You're not muted, David.
Holy sausage! And you mean you could hear me all the time?
No, just now.
Yes.
It's your audio. They're screwing with your audio. It sounds like.
I'm flipping at the cameras on as well. I thought you can see me, you can hear me. This is frightening.
I can't see you. It's black.
Well, I mean, I came here to tell you why I'm ashamed.
What are you ashamed of?
I was playing chess in a tournament, and then this geezer turns up, calls himself the Earth is flat, and I bloody
Oh God!
well lost to the guy, and to make it even worse, same geezer. I met the same geezer, and my chess has been really bad recently. By the way, I haven't really been focusing very well. But same geezer turns up again. I lost to him again. I thought, this is the pits. This is the. I'm just dying to get some revenge against this guy. You know,
Damn.
this just won't do. Know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, that would be quite infuriating to lose somebody that's saying, you know, I think he said that flat earth thing just to throw you off your curb.
Well, that's his.
No.
I mean, it's his username. You know, his avatar, whatever you want to call it. You know.
Do they play for money, David?
No, I don't play chess for money. You know.
Do they do that though, chess players?
Well, in some places they do.
Do they? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you enter a tournament, sometimes there are prizes, but I mean, you know, gambling in chess, that's you can like there are some places in the States and America, like what was it, Washington Square Park or something. There are different places where you can go and you play for, you know, put a bet on to play with some of the hustlers or whatever. But I'd love to go to one of those parks, actually. I've posted a few videos of these guys playing in the park, though.
Well, you see them in America. They're playing in the parks and, you know, on the street, you know, outside type thing, genre. I've seen them bet on the side on those, but, you know, I don't know how heavy the betting goes. I mean, it's not like, I'm sure we're not talking thousands of bucks, but... You know, betting is getting unreal. I mean, you go to some of these places that are local to me, and the minimums are so huge for these table games.
I've never done anything.
Minimum wage is $15 an hour, and literally that is just about the smallest minimum you can find in Maryland. It's, you know, it's occasionally you'll find a 10, and if anybody finds a 5, let me know. You know, I prefer $1 at a time. You know, I don't need to flush my money that fast. Good Lord. Yeah.
Man, people will spend their whole paychecks. That's really sad.
Oh man, well, there's this
I know.
one roulette game. They have now. It's a machine rather than an actual little ball that goes around. So it's a recorded machine of balls spinning, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, it randomizes numbers. It does pretty well. I mean, I won 50 my first time out, and I won 50 my second time out because that was my stopping point.
Yeah.
But I've seen a guy, he put $40, $47 into the machine, and that machine, you can just tap it real fast, and it will go, it'll spin the ball and stop it for you immediately, and then you hit the button, and it'll start right up again with your same bet.
Yeah.
And he just zipped off $40, man. He just, I've never seen the like of it in my life. You know, somebody just throwing money away that fast. I mean, literally threw it away. I mean, he took the stupidest bet in the world and then just zapped it off. You know, I don't need this money. Here you go.
Oh God, don't remind me. I mean, I actually one of the reasons I started playing chess was to get away from flipping fruit machines, and you know, that was and one of these roulette wheels, probably a bit like what you're describing there. All sorts of different, you know, because I couldn't tackle life, I couldn't. So I would rather stare at like bits of fruit going around on reels and stuff and lucky sevens. So I managed to drag myself out of this terribly depressing addiction where you sell everything by going into chess. So no, I have never played chess for money. Don't tempt me. You know, that would like defeat the whole point of it for me. You know.
I was just listening to you. That was really interesting what you were saying, because I said a few times ago that I was on. I reckon like all the TV technology is a reintroduction of the technology rather than you know, because it's according to the BBC, it's John Logie Bird invented the TV. I heard somebody today say that really the TV was actually invented to talk to the spirit world.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether I heard that or not. I never heard that before, but you know, and what got me thinking about that again was when you talked about a roulette wheel. You know, it's funny that ever since I was a kid, when I looked at a roulette wheel, it's like it's something ancient. You know, it's an ancient technology, and I think that all that gambling, I mean, it just fits with a lot of the information that's coming out today that, you know, our history, we've all been lied to about our history, and really Earth history goes back millions of years. So that would fit with things like the roulette wheel and a deck of playing cards and kings and all of that shit. You know, they didn't create all of those different pageants and all of those costumes, you know, in 100 years. I mean, that took a long time to put that shit together.
Evolved over that long a period.
All of it, the buildings, the churches, you know, and it just got me thinking about it. And I think that's why I think that a lot of people do get addicted to gambling. But it's not that they're addicted to gambling; it's that they're addicted to the iconography and the secret power hidden within glyphs and sigils, and they
I agree. You know, look at a lot of these corporations
cellularly, and that's why we can't resist that. See, when they turn it negative and they make it into a gambling thing, so you've now got to spend your energy to make that machine work. You're not really addicted to wasting your energy. You're addicted to, you know, the sigil, or you know, you're trying to undo what they've done, the way they've wrapped it up in that, because they're always circles, or you know, stars, or you know, triangles and what have you. You know,
absolutely. And also the machines are tuned, you know, timing. So someone who's addicted to gambling like I was before many years ago, you're actually still you're hypnotized.
You're talking about the
hands, and you're also addicted to your own, well, for lack of a better description, endorphins, dopamine, serotonins that you stimulate while being in that.
Well, what I was going to say, all I was going to do is interject to say you're talking about like the TV flash rate, which is 21 frames per second.
Yeah, there are well, it's
so they make the machines, you know, the fruit machine lights will flash at that 21 frames per second to give you that that kind of resonance, that harmonic resonance.
I mean, a TV is usually
and now
actually
you're hypnotized.
60 frames per second, usually, depending on the TV set you have, and also the film. Older films are filmed in 24 frames per second, if that's what you're talking about. I used to be in.
Well, there's a certain rate that they're tapping into the beta wave range, the beta range, so that they're trying to get you into that just before sleep state of mind.
Yes.
So that
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
interesting.
there are different.
That's gambling as well. It's not just that. And you step across and go sideways a little bit. When you walk into a supermarket or any shop, newsagent shop that you go in now, you'll see. I mean, all of this poison is now wrapped in brightly coloured plastic wrappers that imitate fruit. But they imitate fruit, and that's the reason that people are eating that, is because they don't even think about it. The thinking's been done for them with the advertising on the television screen. Now then, when they walk into the shop, once the television's been switched off or they go in the next day, they see the Terry's orange chocolate bar and they think oranges. But it's not really oranges, it's now Terry's chocolate, poison sugar, fuck your liver and destroy your immune system.
Yeah.
And they're consuming it. And I was one of those people. I used to eat that shit all the time, but I don't eat any of it now.
Also,
you should see the gum rack. They don't even have gum with sugar in it anymore. It's all freaking that saccharose, saccharin, whatever.
Sorbitol and aspartame.
Oh my God! I mean, the entire. I mean, you can't find one. I went through the entire rack on the. I mean, what happened to good old bubble yum?
Well, that even there, that's bad for you too.
Yeah,
no, I'm not saying that it was good for you, but I'm just, at least it had some sugar in it.
They call it chemical warfare.
I'm telling you, it's all. You were on spot on the colors. A person, going to a store, probably body's craving vitamin C.
Absolutely,
orange thing, and it's a Reese's cup. He grabs it, and
that's exactly right. Because what you're doing is you take that bar and you eat that, or you drink that drink, and it doesn't give you anything that your body needs. It actually takes away and makes you need more drink. Now you need a bigger glass of real orange juice or something to actually get what your body's searching. I mean, I get that from cups of tea. I know when I've had too many cups of tea, and I just have to have a pint of orange juice. Because it hasn't given me any liquid that I need for the day, and that is pure tricking the mind, or tricking the subconscious, or it's really the instinctive mind of a human being. That's how they're doing it, because we are not in nature. We're living in this. I mean, you're all right over there, Becca, but in England, there's pretty much concrete jungle now everywhere. Mm-hmm. So we're in these cities and these zones, and it's like the compact housing. I mean, it's already happened over here. And people are detached from nature, and that's how they're detached from nature. They can get away with wrapping their poison in coloured plastic wrappers, and people consume it like,
we are nature, but when you get somebody like you said living in the concrete jungle, you're the only part of nature in there. So
yeah, that's right. We are the batteries energizing their fake forest. Yeah, it's a fake forest with the high-rise buildings.
Yes.
When they don't have any branches on them high-rise buildings, and they don't grow leaves, and they don't produce air to breathe.
No, you can't take that Reese's cup, plant it in the ground, and get another Reese's cup.
Yeah, and interestingly, you're the one who has to work to actually produce that Reese's cup. I presume you're talking about a bar of chocolate.
Yeah.
So and you have to work to produce that, like a loaf of bread. You have to work to produce that, but we shouldn't be consuming that in the first place. So we shouldn't be working to produce it in the first place.
Right.
So that side of the economy is purely artificial.
Man, it's amazing, but you walk down the aisle, at the grocery store, and it's just junk. The entire freaking thing is full of junk. It's got one aisle of good food.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
exactly right. Yeah.
I don't hardly buy anything in the supermarket anymore. There's only a couple of things that go in there for.
But it's not all the good things aren't in one aisle altogether. You got to go in and pick.
Yeah, that's right.
You got to
Yeah.
go like you say, like you're in the woods picking your food. You got to pick through all this shit
Yeah.
and find the good stuff. So
And everything is wrapped in toxic waste.
yeah, yeah.
Everything is wrapped in toxic waste with brightly coloured ink all over it.
Yep.
And that's what confuses people, and they think it's bread.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
just when you figure everything out and you know where everything is in your grocery store, they move the shit.
They change
They,
it.
move,
Yeah,
they
well,
completely
that's-
fucking
Yes.
change where they fucking put it.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
because they,
Fuckers.
people just bypass all the shit that they're
Cool.
selling.
Of course, or they don't have something that you usually get, which they do on purpose, I do believe. Because there was something that I like to buy, non-GMO stuff and all, and they was out of it for like, I swear about 3 months, and they just got it in like the other day. But now they ain't got this other thing that I buy a lot.
Yeah.
So,
I
Yeah,
found
it
that to be the case too. There's especially when you get the non-GMO stuff,
yes.
they stop carrying it very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I went to, and you go into different places and they carry much more different GMO selections, even though, one giant to another. The ones in Colombia, I suggest if you do anything, move near a Harris Teeter. That even though you got to pay extra money to live around it, it just saves you that. You don't have to go through and read all the freaking labels. Everything's pretty much safe in there. That I would eat anyway. I assume. I haven't picked through their stuff, but
Yeah.
Giant is, it's a joke. They've got an all natural aisle, and it's all GMO'd crap, unless you pick up the right stuff. It's a landmine field, even where you think it's a safe zone, and it's a landmine field. It drives me nuts. I go in there, I see these tasty looking cookies on the bright colored box, and turn it over, and it's bleached white flour. You son of a bitch. That's for me. That's one bad thing.
See, Lewis Carroll says we don't all live in concrete jungles. He must be royalty then.
Yeah, right. Well,
they're the only ones who don't live in one.
they're trying to put us all.
He lives in the
Lord Lewis
country.
Carroll.
He lives in the countryside. So
Hey?
Frank.
They're-
That's Frank.
that's-
He lives in the
Oh, that's Frank, is it? Cool.
Yeah, that's Frank.
That's the elite's goal, is to have us all in the concrete jungle so they can annihilate us all at once. build a fence around it, and done deal. There you go.
He's probably
Here's
right.
your place. You stay in there, and you be good little monkeys.
He's right. Alchemical food wars. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Alchemy.
about right. Worse
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah, as they steer people into Agenda 21 smart growth zones. My God. And they make being in nature almost illegal, and more illegal by the day. So it's ridiculous.
That'll be hard for them to do around here because there's a lot of open country around here.
Same here, but they're sending in the drones, aren't they? I've had to put up with a nearby neighbour spying on me with their frickin' drone through the kitchen window 3 times.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, right outside the window, point with camera lens pointing straight through it. And if it was once, it might have been a coincidence, but 3 times, no way, chum. And yeah, I got pissed off with that lady. I told her so too. And what the heck do you think you're doing with a ruddy helicopter? It's like, what if I was to go up to your window and just like press my nose up against your living room window or your bedroom window, and like, I would be arrested.
And they can look inside.
You should go and put a camera. Just go and stick a camera to her window outside.
Yeah.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
They've got the technology to look inside your damn house. So
Yeah, but
that's-
you got these drones.
You know what?
Around, and then you go out into the woods, and then there's someone looking at you, even when you're out in the woods. It's getting silly. You know, where's the freedom? If I can't even go for a trot in the woods without some tree with an eye in it, or some flapping drone. You know,
tie your cell phone to a string and throw the string over a tree branch and then haul it up to his bedroom window.
Well, it's a her. It's a her.
There's a place here on the Parkway. There's a place here on the Parkway I've heard that's got, there's like a base or something underground, and it's got that stuff around in the woods there. So.
No, I'll just shoot the drone next time it comes. I'll just shoot it down.
Oh, you should be flattered, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, if she wants to, well, never mind about that. But anyway,
are you saying? What are you saying, David? That they are connected to the government, watching you and things?
No. This is just a nosy woman with a drone, right?
Right.
With like a 10,000 krona drone. I think they cost about 15,000 actually. Is what I don't know what that is in English money, or like 1,500 quid or something.
Wow, it's a lot of money.
With a camera on it, you know, in HD. So I mean, you know, want to see my middle leg? Here it is, Ducky. You know?
Well, if you really want to mess with her, just if you can get that great of a visual of what she's using for a drone, all you got to do is go out and buy a remote for it and take over control of it when she starts flying it, you know, and then you're near.
Well, that's an idea, of course. And another thing that people don't think about necessarily when they buy and use these drones, that actually the signal can be picked up by the authorities. So you're actually a mobile CCTV, a real-time all-seeing eye for the forces that are.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
you go in any supermarket too. They got the CCTV, so.
That was a bit of a subliminal there, David. What are you saying?
So.
Oh, well, everyone's talking at once. Bloody hell.
I'm sorry.
No, that was my fault. I overspoke.
What?
That was my fault. I overspoke everybody. But that was a bit of a subliminal you dropped there, David.
Ah.
The forces that are.
Yes.
Do you want to expand on that?
They are.
Well, it's self-explanatory already. You got it already, haven't you?
Yeah, I know.
If I was
You're
to
feeding the
all,
dragon, man.
If I was to explain it all, you wouldn't need to think.
We need to say that the powers
the more technology,
powers that think that they are, but it's quite good. The forces that are, yeah, that's about right.
the more technology we use, the more we feed the dragon. I mean, it comes down to that. It really does.
It's not that; it's how you use it. You know how you.
But even though, I mean, like right now, technically, we are feeding the dragon.
No. I mean, we're
giving them information about us and you and him.
Yeah, you're right, Dad. You are spot on.
Absolutely,
you are. You know what?
Yeah, but you know they can get that anyway. So you know, you're really not giving them anything.
No. Becky,
if you're not on the phone, you're not chatting, you're not on a computer, you're not on a TV.
Yeah, that's the point. It's all about AI development, and what they're doing is, I don't know whether any of you guys know, but they've changed all of the programming languages. They're introducing like JSON type programming languages, object-oriented programming. So they're taking, of every sentence that you speak, they're taking the predicate, the predicate, the object, and the subject, and separating them, so that they can then build a database of your conversations and what you say and what you type, and then they can reconstruct that evidence into a court case and take you to court. And that's exactly what they're doing right now, and that's what they've just done to Winston Trout, who's the big name in the commercial redemption community.
But there again, though, that's building a lot of paranoia, though, too, with a lot of people on here, you know. And
no, because it's what they're doing. I mean, it's that's what they are up to. And it's like, when you are talking about controlling people's thoughts and representing their own words back to them, but manipulated, I mean, because surely they won't, what they're masters at is actually quoting you directly, but what they always do is remove the context. So if any of you find yourself in that situation, is to always reframe yourself back into the moment where they've taken that information from, so that you can gain the context.
Doing it.
Point that
That's
out.
why doing this
Say
is
that,
good
well, you know,
because it's all
change the whole
recorded.
context of where
This
it
is all
came from.
recorded. So, you know,
Right,
if they
right.
do try to do that.
But what I'm saying
something
is
like-
they've got AI. They've got AI voice print, and they're basically they're separating all the sentences, so they're reorienting all the language that we speak. So I mean, this will be automated. That's the thing that you don't understand. It's all automated, so there's no human involvement in this.
There is
And
some human involvement to a
I know
point,
that
yeah.
they
but-
are already doing it to people. So this technology must be up and running and working. And there's another level of technology.
There are humans there working that too. It's not just by itself. You know, there's got to be a human. It's not fully automated yet.
No, I
So-
think it is. I think it's already fully. I think what they don't have at the, it's not smart at the moment, and
That's
that's
what I'm
the
saying.
problem.
That's why there's still humans
they
there
can't-
at work because
but they've
it's
got
not
it. But that's what I'm
learning
saying, Becca. Is if you think
So-
about what they've done with the television and telephones and all of that shit, this is ancient technology. They've reintroduced it.
I suspect the same. I suspect the same. It's hard to prove though, but that's something I've suspected for a long time.
Well, I don't necessarily think it's exactly the same as it was back then, but I think if essentially we've got the same tools that we had back then, probably done in a different way. It's like if you look at like some of Andrew Johnson's stuff is really good in explaining how Tesla energy was completely different from the type of electrical fields that they're using today. They've reversed Tesla's technology essentially, so that whereas before you could actually grab your hand onto the power outlet and you wouldn't get electrocuted, but now they've reversed that so that if you grab your hand on the power outlet now, you would die from an electric shock, or you would in England because it's 240 volts with 13 amps behind it. So in America, I think that, and on a continent it's 110 volts. I don't know how many amps they have, but so it's stuff like that.
Well,
And that's what I think they've done, is they've weaponized all of that ancient technology, and that's how they maintain control, because everyone's in a state of confusion and no one knows which way to turn.
well,
Yeah, I mean,
the scary part about that is
Edison had direct current, and Tesla came with alternating current, and etc. But yeah, what you're saying there, to add something to that, if I may, even the AC/DC wiring in your house with your plug hole to plug your devices into, and all the rest of that, all this cabling around you, which I have around me here too, can be also used, and sometimes is used, as a carrier wave to influence you remotely as well. And no, I'm not trying to spread paranoia. I'm trying to spread awareness, Becky.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know that yeah, I believe that. I'm just talking about on the computer here. You know, the AI. It's not, like he said, it's not smart. So there is humans still back there in the background working it. You know, I agree with that totally.
Yeah.
Here's the problem,
Yeah.
Rebecca. This is the main problem, right? Is that the control system is employing deliberately dumb, stupid people and raising them up into positions of authority over smart, intelligent people. And that's happening across the board. And that's been going on for decades. Is that all of those people are, you know, they are our lessers, if you know what I'm saying. You know, these dumb cops who are walking around with, you know, size 18 belt on them, you know. It's like, don't tell me what to do, you know, XYZ. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, so that's, and they put those sorts of people into the positions to do the donkey work. You know, I could go on and on and on explaining it, but that's exactly what they're doing.
Something I've suggested to several people, and some of them went along with testing it out. I said, "What? Go and turn the electricity off at the mains. Turn off the main knob. Feel the difference." So I've done this in different. One guy in Oslo, we did it. We turned it off. It was like a great weight off your shoulders. I tell you, you can just feel the difference. It's like, and you can feel the difference when you actually turn it off. Well, because it's on most of the time. Obviously, we're all using these devices. We've got our lights on. We've got the electricity, the mains on all the time. So to notice the difference, I mean, it's it's an experiment I highly recommend.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that.
Yeah, I know. Like when my street light comes on outside too, I can tell the difference
Yeah.
when it
Yeah.
comes on. So,
Yeah. Mm.
'cause
No, that reminds me of
Well,
work.
just to add on, to let you guys know about this Tesla Power thing, there's a company out there that's developed a phone. I don't know if it's a farce or some fake video, but the guy's got a phone. It's just a chip. He's got a little solar cell on it, and it's a telephone, and he can actually communicate on the phone via power. It's got no cables, no nothing, and I just ran across it today. I can't believe I didn't plus it. I'll have to go through and plus it and add it to my list. But
Yeah, you know what? They're carrying, I believe they're carrying out on the FM bands, and that is the technology they're trying to suppress, because that could take the internet wireless, and they don't want that, because that means that they can't then go and shut down. Because at the moment they can shut down any website by controlling the name servers, because they control the issuance of the names. But once it goes peer-to-peer, they can't do that anymore. Once you get your name, you keep it, because you're the one who creates it. Hello?
yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
yeah, I my plans.
Can you post that video, Dud? Post the link for it. Let's have a look at that.
Let me. I got to go back in my history. I think I just saw that today.
And while you're looking for that,
Well-
I dropped a couple of things in the chat there, just a couple of things
Yes.
I posted today.
Yes,
The first one was what? I'm trying to remind myself, even though I'm not saying that the site is necessarily a trusted source, but you can find more sources for this theme of Giuseppe Mazzini, Freemason founder of the Mafia. I actually caught a person doing a really, I hate to say it, a really bad job of trying to describe Freemasonry and stuff, and she got it the wrong way around, in my humble opinion. It's the Mafia that came up with this dodgy Freemasonry, but it was actually Freemasonry that came up with the dodgy Mafia. Anyway, so that was just a link I came across that I thought I'd just throw in there. And then the other one was, it's Bill Gates. Guess what? It's Bill Gates again, the front figure for all sorts of nasty shit, as in his poo water processing plants. And that is some nasty shit, isn't it? Bill Gates' new population control microchip due for launch in 2018. Something to look forward to.
I researched that 2 years ago. Yeah, that's
right.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying about them. You got to remember, the people that are going to enforce all of that shit are those dumb fucks wearing those stupid uniforms with a size 18 belt.
Yeah.
And it'd be 10 of them coming around your house trying to tell you what to do. I mean, it's time to get the fucking bats out if you live in England, and your guns out if you're in America. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. You ain't going to take me down that road with your chips or your vaccines and nothing. I'm going to bash your fucking head in. That's what I'm going to do. And I've got guns, I'll be coming down the cop shop and wiping the whole fucking lot of them out.
Yes.
That's what they want to hear, buddy.
Is war. Fucking war. That's what we're at, folks. War.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Hey, man, that's exactly what they want us to do. They want us to go.
That's exactly what we're at, Beck. We're at war.
I know, but
wake the fuck up and do something about these motherfuckers.
Music to my ears.
Yeah.
Music to my ears.
There are other ways you can do that besides blowing shit up. So
I'm not saying we blow shit up. I'm saying we go and
know
take
what I'm saying.
people out and we'll take them to a court and we'll fucking hang them and fucking try them on public television. It'll be public execution so that you know not to fuck with the people. Fuck you, you will die for that. And that, but the people are so fucking frightened to say that. They're so frightened at this control system that they've lost all their spirit.
Yeah.
They don't know how to deal with it. I could go 100 times more energy on this, but I'm just making the point because we need to keep the vibe going. Because people are going back to sleep. Jalil said it a couple of weeks ago. People have gone back to sleep. We were freer 4 years ago.
Yeah.
The planet nearly woke up. We nearly had worldwide, awakening. With revolutions in, 10
this is
countries.
how we wake people up. We don't wake them up with violence and shit like that. We wake them up with sending out positive messages and things like that.
No, but we need to defend ourselves, though. I mean,
Well,
if
yeah,
you're attacked,
definitely.
you defend yourself.
Yeah,
I'm not suggesting we
With
should
you
attack
girls
anyone.
and you artists is you can paint all your pictures and build all your beautiful gardens and your beautiful houses, and these motherfuckers are going to come and burn it all down. We have to fucking stop them first. That's what we've got to do. That's the first job. And then we can pick up the pieces and do all the beautiful things that we're supposed to be doing. But whilst they're still there, we've still got this problem. Someone's got to kill Henry Kissinger, like tonight. Go and fucking walk into that man's fucking bedroom and pop him in the fucking head. Good night.
Karma catches up to everybody. Their day will come.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That's what I'm saying, Beck. It doesn't. Fucking David Rockefeller was 101 years old when he died.
I know.
How many people he mass murdered in his life?
And I'm sure his afterlife is shit too.
He's killed millions and millions of people, and it wasn't even his own idea. That's the the crazy shit about it. And you can see that they're broken men. You can see their broken spirits walking around with that stupor, walking around as though they're 95 years old when they're 45, just so that they can get their hands on the reins of power. We know what you're doing, you politicians, pieces of shit. Everybody can see you fucking clearly. You're the only ones who can't see what you look like.
Actually, they probably can. It's they just don't want to see.
Yeah, I'm saying.
When I said in my video last night, if everybody would work together, we wouldn't need to be violent or anything like that. So if everybody, got on the same wavelength there, stuff done without violence.
Well, actually, something that's funny because back in 2007, mate, millions, probably billions of people around the planet were on the same wavelength. And the only thing that's interrupted that is that since, I can't remember, 2010, when they employed 800,000 people and spent $30 billion to get them to go on the internet to win the cyber war.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Not on the internet, dude. Not on the internet. Off the internet. People getting together off the internet. That's where you get shit done. Not on here. It's good to put a message out, but you ain't gonna get shit done on here. That's how you get it done.
You can't get that global connection unless you have a global communication. So we do need the internet.
Well, yes, I didn't say we didn't, but I'm saying the majority of things that needs to be done are offline, not here. That's where people miss it. You're not going to wake up the fucking world on the internet because you got to think about how many people actually watches a lot of this stuff.
The people,
and how big the world is.
Something, Becca? The people who are not on the internet, I don't give a fuck about them. Because they're because they're all the old people. They're all the jaded motherfuckers. You're never ever going to change their opinion about what they think the way the world works. Even my dad is like, fuck him. He believes, I think the government does the best thing that it can in going to Iraq. And I said, what? Murdering 1 million fucking children with machine guns, Dad? I said, do you ever actually think what the fuck that feels like when you're a child to have someone fire an AK-47 and empty the magazine into your fucking chest? This is murder. This is what murder really sounds like, folks. And I'm only speaking about it. Just imagine what the fuck it feels like when you're a baby. And that's what they're doing every day. 10,000 people are being murdered around the planet. Just like that. Yeah. And that is just unbelievably disgusting. And how these soldiers can fucking put on that uniform. They should be put a gun to your head and pull the fucking trigger and do the world a favour. That's what I say to all of them people who wear that uniform. And you coppers, you fucking Nazis. You ain't coppers, you are fucking Nazis. All of you. Heil fucking Hitler. Just say that when you go to sleep at night. Heil fucking Hitler, because that's what you are. Nazis.
I was just thinking, I just went down the road, I thought, Sunday is a pretty dull day as they arranged that as the kind of rest day and everything closes. So I went down the road and had a beer at the local pub, right? Just a while ago, and I go there. I just happened to have my backpack on. Yes, I had a couple of beers in my backpack, I wasn't planning on opening them in the bar. I just went there to buy a beer. I bought one beer. So I'm on the way in there. They've got this guard, right? This like security guard, this bouncer. And he said, you know, I wasn't even thinking, you know, I just had my backpack, right? It's not a large backpack. It's just a small thing with me couple of beers and my fucking axe in it. And, you know, I was thinking of chopping wood, nothing else. But anyway, so because I was going to go stick up to my tent, but I got a problem with my brake, so I never got to my tent tonight. But so I'm going there. He says, you know, I wasn't thinking about my backpack, and he says, you got any drinks in there? And I'm thinking, that's interesting. You're already suggesting I've got drinks in my backpack. How would you even know that? But anyway, I said, yeah, I've got a couple of beers in there, but I wasn't going to open them here. I was going to maybe go down to the fjord or up to my tent, you know, and have a couple of beers. But and he says, look, I'll take care of that bag for you. I said, no, that's all right. I'll just hang it on my bike, right? So I went and he didn't complain about that. I went and hang it on my bike, and I'm thinking, crikey, can't I even go to a bloody bar with a bag? You know, and then on the way home, right, I biked it back home, bloody cop car follows me all the way home. And I'm thinking, what the frickin' Henrys did I do? You know? I mean, that's the level. I mean, and you can go to the shop, right? You can go to the shop down the road here. You can buy a beer like you can in a lot of shops. No surprises there. You try go and drink that beer anywhere, you've got the cops on you. You know, so they'll sell you the beer, but then if you try drinking it, they'll bloody arrest you and fine you, strip search you, as they did to a friend of mine. They breathalyzed. He was on foot. He hadn't even had his beer yet that day. He was down by the river. They'd flipping breathalyzed him. He was on foot. He doesn't even have a car. He doesn't drive a car. Now they're breathalyzing people on foot. You know, I mean, everything is so controlled now. It's just, it's so sickening.
Well, David, do you think that they're actually targeting you, or is that just trying to meet?
Well, you want to know about targeting? I've got much worse where that came from. I tell you about that.
Well, I'm just interested as to why they would do something like that. That's all.
I mean, that's just that's not me specifically, just me. This is the standard for everybody.
Right. So they're trying to meet quotas, basically, Nick. You know, to go out.
No, this is the standard. This is the standard for everyone, and I've been through much worse than that because I've been targeted on top of that. But this is the well, call it the New World Order or police state, whatever you want to define it as. That's what it is, you know. I mean, if you're not politically correct in the bar as well, you know, you might get into trouble for that as well, you know. You know, it's just ridiculous. That's it.
That's back to the place.
There's so few people I can communicate with.
They don't just exist in uniforms. They exist, you know, they're your neighbours. They're your fucking, you know, the people who work at a council. They're the people that you need to go to get basic means services from them. You know, to get your refuse collected, or to go and get some support if you need it. And they don't really give you any support. They advertise that they do, but what you get in the tin is not what they've got on the cover. Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's the problem, is that, you know, you'll go into all of those people, they've got no feeling, no compassion for you. Their life is just as shit as yours, and they don't give a fuck. And those are the people that are there to help you. You know, so that's the danger.
Oh my God, you know,
and that's the position that I'm at. Is that's war. You know, that's war.
Yeah, that's the part of
fuck you. You know, fuck your society.
I go down to the welfare office, and I'm not the only one. I mean, they told me I was going to get a payout of 20,000 krona. This is going back a few years when I was living in Oslo, and the money never arrived. So I went down to the office and said, hello. And I was polite to start with, at least, not in the long run. And I said, well, I'm here to find out what on earth has happened to the 20,000 krona that you lot told me I was going to get in my bank account. And he says, Personnummer, which is your number, your unit number, whatever you want to call it in English. I don't know what you call it in English anymore. Social security number and all of the rest of it. And he looks at the screen and he pretends he doesn't know anything. You know, can't see anything here. Don't know what's going on. And then I went up to the other office where it's like two different offices. There's one for like work, and then there's one for now they're put together in one office, which they call NAV. But before these two different your social office and your other office were separate, but now it's one thing. Anyway, so I'm trying to cut this long story short. How do I do that? I did a little bit of detective work, and I found out that they had invested that money in Citibank and in a joint account with their name and my name. And I went there and tried removing that money from that account. Almost managed to do that because it was like a fresh face at that particular bank. I didn't know what he was doing. And but then the boss or a higher authority in the hierarchy, the miserable hierarchy, came along and messed it up for me. But yeah, eventually I did get that money. But it was amazing to see really the point of the story really was it was amazing to see how all of the workers of these two different offices were cooperating in lying to me directly in my face. Cold-faced lying, poker face, you know. And you know, I mean, I went there to that particular one of the offices. I went there 3 times that week and was lied to in the face, and I insisted on getting an interview in one of the back rooms, you know, with a curator. I can't think what you call it in English anymore. So I got into the office, followed this guy into his office, and I gave him the same question. I said to him, yeah, the 20,000 and da-da-da. Yeah, so he types in the numbers and looks at his screen, and he says, well, I can't see anything here, but just a minute, I need the loo. So he shoots off to the bog, and while he went out to the bog, I bent over and looked at his PC monitor screen, right? On that PC monitor screen was the exact information I was asking for. Everything was written there. So to make absolutely sure, I waited, of course, till he came back, and I you know, repeated the question, and he repeated the lie, while he has that information clear as crystal on the frickin' monitor in front of him. So I mean, these people actually, these offices actually get a collective bonus for each office for how much money they save for the state, right? So they work together and they share the money for their little bonus. Isn't it lovely? And that's not that was only 20,000. They also when I got my because I'm actually, I get this payout because of my health situation, blah blah blah. So when you first start to get that paid out to you, you get kind of a lump sum, which in my case was 273,000 kroner. I got that removed from me with 3 different excuses that summed together came down to the øre, which is like, they don't use øre so much here in Norway anymore, but it was like, I think it was something like 273,000 something and 53 øre. Those 3 sums that they made up a story, 3 different stories. One of them was legitimate because I did owe some money on the one thing, but that was only 50 or 60,000. You know, so they, you know, they're giving, but they taketh away even before you get it, and the hand that feeds, blimmin' Henrys. And you know, it's just and then, you know, a friend of mine down the road who unfortunately isn't with us in this dimension anymore, a Sami guy, really cool guy, guitarist from the far north of Norway, Sami fella. Used to hang out a little bit, quite a bit with him while he was here. I didn't know him for that long though, about a couple of years. And well, actually, they found him dead in a dumpster in Oslo. They did the same to him. They took all his money, This is the state, you know, so they give it, but then they take it away, and they invested his money in a Swiss bank, flipping heck, and then, you know, the one thing after the other happened to him, and he ended up homeless, and he was found dead in this dumpster. You know, I mean, there's so many stories like this. I mean, you go on all day telling you stories like this. It's not just me. It's so many people I've met going through life here, and how when you see that you know, that cold stare. You know, once I was at a social office and I was just trying to describe something, my situation, so as to hopefully get some help. So while I'm talking, I see the lady. She looks at me, and then she looks down at the bit of paper, and she's writing it all down. And then I started scrutinizing what she was writing while I was speaking. So at the same time I'm speaking, I'm looking exactly what is she writing, and I'm trying to read upside down. You know, it's not easy for me, but I was doing a pretty good job of it. And I realized, oh shit. So I had to stop her. I said, excuse me, that is not what I said. What you are writing there is not what I'm describing. And, you know, these are pure psychopaths, but some of them are trained into it. Some of them are also members. You know, they have a lot of the workers at the welfare offices are mostly ladies, actually. Not all of them, but nothing against ladies, don't misunderstand me. But you do have lodges for ladies here in Norway too, as in Freemasonry, and here we have the Rebecca and the Maria lodges here in Norway, in addition to the Eastern Star equivalent and other fronts for Freemasonry.
Well, y'all, I was going to end it here whenever my internet got reset. So anybody, if y'all got the link to join afterwards, come on in. So I wanted to keep it under 2 hours, but it went a little over. So, but anyway, y'all, anybody else got anything to add before we go off live here? So
Take care, all.
Right.
Okay.
Party on.
Yeah. Wake up, everybody.
Yeah, snap out of it. Snap out of the chance, please.
Snap somebody else out of it. No,
Be positive.
most of these people are
That's my
snapped. We need to snap other people. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Yes, be positive and spread as much good as you can. So much love, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Good night.